Naturally, been counting the hours on the clock. Now the sun fades, leaving work behind. Turn off the lights, close the curtains, let the world fade away outside. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Your touch, your warmth, your kiss. Yeah, let's hold each other tonight. Under the covers, we'll hold each other tight.
Do you recall late summer nights? We were moving through the city under broken lights. No plans ahead, just time to waste. Every little promise fading in the haze. Running through the quiet, trying not to fall. Every step reminded we don't know it all. Blow up the sign, let it go when the ground is shaking underneath us. Lose the fight, feel it slow, all I want is someone to lean on. Hands collide, hearts exposed when the world is pulling us apart now. Through the noise, through it all I want is someone to lean on. When the days change and the nights grow cold, will we trace the same old feelings or let them fold? If the lights fade, if the road bends wrong, would you stay here in the silence till the fear is gone? Every second heavy, like it's hard to breathe. All these unanswered moments hanging over me. Blow a sign, let it go when the ground is shaking underneath us. Lose the fight, feel it slow, all I want is someone to lean on. Hands collide, hearts exposed when the world is pulling us apart now. Through the noise, through it all I want is someone to lean on. 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 Just someone to lean on.
Chill chat.
Alright, so there was a certain point that I had to cut off the sound of the music because it's just certain music I can't use. So I said I'm going to take this opportunity to talk to you more about my experience with the pencils and why I just rate them all an excellent, perfect rating. Now, of course, I only use them for this first sketch, but for them to be so easy to work with, easy to use, I have not had to refill any of them. And I like to think okay, so for lead, like for ink, I throw a lot of ink. Like I can throw a whole pen out, a whole marker out, a whole acrylic marker out, an alcohol-based marker. I can dry them out completely. And I feel the same way with lead. Like I can work all the way down to the teeny tiny last piece. Okay, so I usually time lapse all the way through people, but because I am also making and editing a video at the time of doing this, and I've already put a time lapse in the video as they've just seen. I'm also going to have regular, like I'm talking to you maybe just as I'm doing some briefings before I go live. So I'm going to finish this one live, and I'm going to put this as a part of the video that I'm doing, and I just wanted to get like maybe 3 or 4 minutes in just talking to you about the piece and how I'm doing it. As I told you before, references are important. The reference that I'm using, I guess she's dancing. I don't know if she's performing on stage, but as you saw up close, that is Aaliyah. I love Aaliyah. And I think I've always wanted to honor her, but I've been scared to draw her. That's just me being honest. And this was me testing. This is my first sketch, and this is clean paper behind this. So it only gets up and up and better from here. But I'm doing the last of this live. But I'm just going to go through, check on some things, make sure it's how I want it to look, and I'm going to shade a bit more, clean up, maybe. I don't know if I'm going to do that on live. I might do all that on live. And I'm not sure what I'm going to, I think I'm going to put clouds encasing in here, and I think I'm going to do that with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and encase those clouds the way I want them. And I've written the queen of hip hop inside, and that's going to be hollowed out as well. I'm going to hollow out the crown as well. I want to call this embossing. This thing in the crown is embossing. I'm pretty sure. It's not exactly inversion. It's me trying to make the appearance of the line itself being white. And you'll see when I get up close again and I do a video of it when it's finished, because that's what I'm going to do to finish off this video. This is a more mature edit for me as well. Talking, I'm terrible with that. So I'm going to go ahead and look her over, like I said. Keep looking her over, because the hair is never finished. Like, you will finish the hair. When you start the hair, in the beginning, it'll be the first thing you start, and then it'll be the last thing you finish on top of the eyes. So just know if I haven't gone to the eyes and I haven't touched it, I'm not done. And I'm going to keep my reference close to her face, because that's what I need to zone in on, really. I think the rest of this can be left up to imagination. The details aren't like super critical, because this is in real life, this is a red jacket. If this was colored, this is a red jacket, black little strip, black leather, metallic bra, black leather pants, belt buckle black, belt black. Her jewelry is silver, and her hair is actually like a brown brunette. She's wearing a very beautiful look. I think personally, like my critique for the look is just, it's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. That is just pure perfection right there. That is what the Bratz dolls, like when I was drawing her lips, I was like, oh my god, this is what the Bratz dolls tried to be like. 100%. Okay, so let's draw a little bit. I'm going to bring clouds in. Okay, so another opportunity to finish up talking to you about the pencils. Again, I like to think that I throw a lot of lead, but here it really feels like it's about what you don't waste, and I didn't want to be wasteful at all with the lead. In fact, it was so smooth, glided so smooth, and the eraser, like I said, I used it minimally. And here's me creating those clouds. And I did that, I want to say, with a 2 or with a 9. And then I came in with that eraser. This is why I rate the eraser a 10. It's soft. It's mushy. You could do whatever you want with it. However, I barely used it, I feel like. Me and the eraser, we have so much more to get into. And here I'm just now in my head doing things the way that I want to see them from what's in my head. And I'm also using the piece of paper out of the NicPro supplies to actually make sure I don't shade all over her face while I'm up here taking care of business in this area. I'm also reformulating things, changing where things are. This is one of those things where you can also do this with painting. When I paint, I can change things. So I don't worry about, yes, that is the sustenance of real heroes, honeycombs. And this is a very slow time lapse of it to really give you a pocket of what I was doing at that very moment. And the screen is also turned for you because this is, usually facing in front of me. But here I'm putting in the queen of hip hop, and I actually spelt it wrong when I was doing it. It's really just my artist in me. I'm going off of shapes and stuff, not going off of spelling and stuff in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very right-brained, so I was drawing this in my head. This isn't like me going off my iPad at this point. I have no reference in front of me. I'm listening to music and I'm tuning into how I feel about Aaliyah and how she passed away. A lot of people... I guess they think because, when it is a memorial type piece, and here I am drawing in music. This is also, I think, a 5. I think I was still with the 0.9. It was still allowing me to do this amazing. And then I went back again with the 2. But after that, I went with the 5 and the 7 to really get in and do the music notes, because I feel like that is also a part of, of course, how she died. And I have my own thoughts on... what happened to Aaliyah. So I shied away from doing an Aaliyah piece my whole life, pretty much. I've tattooed a portfolio piece of Aaliyah, which I'll also share with you in this video, on one of my very dear clients that probably doesn't even want to work with me anymore, because I guess I've just been such a bitch to all my clients. I really just, at this point, this is like showing even that person the quality that they could have if they would spend more time and pay more money for the work. Like, I wasn't even done. I was doing the Akasha version on that person. But here with the pencils, I'm going in again with those bold lines, I think with the 7 at this point. And I'm just hollowing out other pieces because I'm nowhere near done. And I know that sounds weird, like, how are you nowhere near done? No, it really could take even tomorrow. I could keep working on this piece because it is going to go up for a print. And I think that's another thing to mention. I think the NicPro Pros are good enough to make portfolio pieces. And when I was looking for reviews on them, that's all I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear that they were good pencils, that I wasn't making a quick purchase, and that I wasn't being too and there you can see it's hip 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 hooray. But this is, again, the great thing about it not being a tattoo design at all is it can be changed. And this was just me going off the top of my head, rocking and rolling into the new vibe of what I wanted it to look like, out of my head. Again, I didn't put it up into a digital piece yet, and I didn't visualize it with that it's more of a safety net to work on the iPad to do something, because the iPad, you can erase without marks, or you can have marks if you choose to, depending on what saturation you want for your eraser. But for me, this is a natural thing. So because I love my portraits, it's my wheelhouse. It's what I do the best. Everybody thought it was anime. Everybody thought it was, I'm trying to think of every style that I do, Japanese. If they might think, some watercolor look might be my style, some cartoony look, when I'm so far from that. but now it's a mixture back into my realism, because I've done all these you know, styles, even as far as like doing graffiti styles and lettering. It's all in there. Like I said, memorials, the memorial tattoo thing, throwing it right back into my realism. And I think I should do a comparison piece as well to how my realism looked 13 years ago versus now. I wish I could I might try to get my hands on something of how it looked when I was in high school, but this is definitely a upgrade to my style and more of a homage to what I like to see with my portraits. So I can't wait to make the prints of these. These are going to be tall, thin prints that I make, where I'm going to try to include everything. I might do one more signature more towards the center of the piece so that I can get my name in there. I may do it like in something. All right, so I have the NicPro set right here. I also have the box right here, just so we can go over it one more time before I wrap this up, because with this sketch I have to do some fixes and some highlights, and then yeah, I think it's good for a first sketch, you know. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment if you like this video, or if you tuned into any of the lives, and what you think of it, and you know. So again, it's the NicPro set. I got the big set because I feel like that is what I deserve. I deserve the big set. I've been drawing since I was a little kid, and I had a set that was like from everything. It's the best of everything. And that was the first time that I came home from New York City. I want to say I lost the majority of that set after my after my last apprenticeship, where I finally became a tattoo artist when I got licensed in New York, and New York helped acknowledge you. So that was a long time ago that I had those. And then I just never truly reset, but I had pencils and stuff, and I was still working. I never reset on this because I was always resetting on tattoo stuff. Always. Like, tattoo stuff is very costly, just as costly as regular art. Yeah, except for, you know, art can be sold for millions. Tattoos, thousands at the most for me. So this is more beneficial as well. And I'm going to be making prints from the piece that I made with this that I'm finishing up in this video. And the prints, I am going to make a few prints, maybe 5 of the hugest size that I can get them. So 24 by something, 48 by something, and they'll be like poster size. And I highly recommend that if you get one, you get it framed. But I also wanted to show you how it looks when you unpack it, and how it's going to look when, let's say, you garden, it's called you garden draw, which I've already done. I used to do that in Bryant Park, and I didn't know, because I was doing watercolor at the time, I did not know that I could get paid while I'm drawing. So I'm just drawing, and this guy comes up to me in his suit and all this other stuff, and he's like, where's your cup? I should have had my cup, for sure. Did not know what he meant by that at all at the time. So yes, and this is the sketchbook that comes with it. And we of course have Aaliyah in the sketchbook. So I am going to put it to the side and open it up. Like I said, look how thick it is. And bam, first portrait right there that we're working on. So then in here, my own personal stuff again, because I'm already starting to load it up with my own stuff as well. I have 2 makeup brushes. These are from Burlington, but they're Wet n Wilds, and I paint with these, I blend with these, and yeah, I have a really big one that I blend with, but it's still in my paint cup over there as well. And then of course this does not come with the set. This is a Apple Pencil for when I draw on my iPad, but do not underestimate me on the DaMouseOfInk. I draw with the mouse, if anything else, if nothing else. So yeah, my review so far can only be on this first eraser. This is the only eraser that we've used thus far, and on the mechanical pencils, not the color set, just the regular lead set, from 2.0 all the way all the way through 0.5. So 0.5, I'm sorry, all the way up to 2.0, and I gave them all a 10 out of 10, as you can see. And then here, the eraser has just been so lovely to work with. Not really lovely to open, but lovely to work with. And it's got some of those thumbprints in there. It's a little bit, I've jammed it up in little places. I like just dotting my clouds and getting in some of my highlights. So we're gonna get into a video. I've not used the microns yet. Let's give you one more look at how the set comes. The eraser comes in there as well. The eraser comes right here. And the reason, again, I wanted the full set is I need the full set. Do you have those that don't need the full set? I need the full set. The only thing that this doesn't have is a blender. So they're gonna expect you, I'm guessing, to carry your own blenders, which, hey, nothing's wrong with that. It also comes with this, and this is basically the steps for using the mechanical pencils and the fine liner pens. And I'm excited to get to my next piece, so I'm gonna wrap this up right. Things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by erasing the flaws and mistakes in this. This is not a design for a tattoo in any way, so please do not freak out and be like, oh my gosh, I would love to get that as that, or no, this is just my little tribute that I'm doing to Aaliyah. I love Aaliyah and I think the world of her, so I'm just sharing, you know, and sharing is caring in this kind of situation when it comes to art, because there's a lot of gatekeepers. I'm not a gatekeeper, that's not it. These NicPros are very nice, and for this finishing up of this piece, we have the 0.7 and the 0.5 here. This is the last thing that I was about to review on live. I already drew with these, of course, and I've already drawn with the whole set, of course, to do this. But for this, I'm going to be now working with these and this is really the last of my review and the fixes that I'm going to be making. Time for the finale. I can admit when I make mistakes. I made a mistake right here in this area, but I fixed it already before I started up the camera. I just couldn't help myself. But I'm not embarrassed to say it. I did misspell hip-hop. Saddest thing in the world. And I like them eyes so much is what it is. And I'm wearing Calvin Klein today, so you're checking the spelling. C-A-L-V-I-N, C-A-L-V-I-N, K-L-E-I-N. So look at that. See, another mistake that needs to be fixed. And this isn't the exact font she was wearing on the pants, because I realized that, like, these companies and these photographers be feeling some type of way when you use their stuff and you blow up and they don't. So I'm damn sure not using that original font so they can try to tell me that I stole their fashion design on a fucking drawing. And it's all about the details and the highlights. So these erasers come the most in handy. And I might as well leave the eraser off. I feel like there's some more areas that these music notes and stuff can be added. And this that I'm moving with is the 0.5. It's the smallest one in the set. Giving a little bit of touch to some things. Give a little shining stars. Oh my god. To the situation. Carefully placing those thin lines.
Many demons claim to be the souls of great people that once wandered the earth for thousands of years and then returned to Christ.
Just clean it up. Just like so. I want to do that down like in another area too. Like right here. Make it look like it's glistening on her. Just like this. And do it again, real thin. You have to take it all the way to the tip. Just make it real clean where the shading is.
Okay, so now that we are finally wrapping this video up, I'm just going in, I'm getting those details with the 0.5. And the thing that I love most about these mechanical pencils is that these erasers also are just as durable as the pencil is. They aren't like coming off while I'm drawing or anything like that. Like, it doesn't feel cheap. The pencil itself feels a little light, a little heavy, the perfect in between, like that porridge, baby bear, mama bear, papa bear type in between, perfect baby bear porridge. It's perfect. And I'm able to really go in and get those details. That's why I work from the 2.0 down. I don't start with the 0.5. I start with like a number 2 pencil to get that outline, and then it's backwards from there. And that's just because of when I apprenticed, a artist named Danny showed me how to use my advanced placement pencils truly, like, and it was crazy because I did it, you know, in high school. I was in advanced placement art all 4 up to photography. So that's where my first abilities developed, and I sold my first canvases, had my first shows. But now it's like, I think I'm really ready to have a show here in New York City. I've been living here long enough, and that's pretty much what I came here for. So I definitely look forward to updating everyone on these prints, and if I do a show with one of the prints on top of some other my other pieces, definitely for sure I'll let you know how it goes, because NicPro would be responsible for the new wave of my realism portraits, because I'm definitely going to be using these to do another portrait hopefully soon. It takes energy for me to do one. I have to want to do that person as well. So, and it has to be like firm reasoning behind it. And I just feel so deeply about Aaliyah. I think Left Eye might be my next muse, to just honor some of that R&B and hip hop that inspired me growing up. So I really love these pencils because they're allowing me to show the values in the hair. And I didn't do anything really with the pants, but at the same time, if I had to sell these as is, like I said, I would just do more of where I'm going to be putting my signature, but more towards the center, so I can do that 11 times 25 size that I'm going to print them out at. And then if I can get my hands on, like I said, that 48 type size, then I'll definitely, I'm going to be honest, those are going to be like, I'm going to print like 3 of those. I'm not even going to print a whole bunch, and those are going to be super exclusive to get the big ones. And then to get the 11 times 25, I'm going to see the price range that I want to price them at, because you got to remember, DaMouseOfInk's name is on it, and I'm a master medium, so I don't have to settle over my name. And these pencils, I think, definitely, they speak volumes for me. If you're a beginner, I think you're going to really enjoy leveling up. Definitely watch a video like this and tune in and tap in. And, even if you don't want to hear my voice, just listen to some music of your own and mute me. And I always say, you learn best by watching. I'm also thinking about how I would graffiti this on a wall. While I'm doing that background design, I'm thinking about like what I would put up as memorial for Aaliyah if I was putting her up with graffiti as wall art. And that's why that's so like significant to go off the top of my head. My biggest recommendation is that you have your own blender if you're getting this set. And my other recommendation is that if you want a clean portrait, that you have a reference for the portrait itself of the person that you're doing. I don't know. I don't think it has to be a clean reference anymore. And that's just because I've been tattooing, and when I tattooed, I have to build certain things sometimes. And I feel like just this of Aaliyah, you could get multiple references, and you could, do perspective yourself of her face. Like I said, I've been watching her music videos my whole life, so obviously there's nothing wrong with the pencils. I like to put little Mickey details in things. I tried to really hollow out how I felt about her, because a lot of people don't know. She also did a music over soundtrack for Anastasia. That is a Disney princess. Her music video is amazing, and the song will make you cry. Sometimes I feel like she was singing to herself. It's just crazy. Has anyone heard the rumor that she was unconscious when she passed away, and that her pilot was under the influence? That's also why I put the above the influence in the crown and several arrows pointing up throughout the piece. That is another graffiti style. And like I said, just don't rush. I could work on this more. That's it when it was just a portrait. I could work on this more, but I chose to work on it for 2 days, and this is what comes out of 2 days on my first sketch with the NicPro. So please like, share, subscribe. If you want more review videos like this, just let me know, and I would love to do them, because this is what I like to do. I love to draw, paint, and do all the mediums possible. Even Conti, I'm crazy. All right, see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, we'll do more later.
They pray for domestic violence. Do you mind if I talk to you? Do you?